I've got myself a parking fine. Not for parking late, but just for parking between two lines. Like my wheel is on one of the lines. It's a private company, I'm not paying it. Hey guys, you know who I am, and if you don't, no one else gives a shit anyway. Today we are going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3. Is the beta any good? Is it making me excited? Is it making me anxious? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you do enjoy Modern Warfare 3 content and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button below. Consider subscribing if you're new here. And if you don't subscribe, well, jokes, I'm not that dramatic. You'll be the one that's missing out. We are aiming for 1,000 subscribers. And if you ask me, I think we're doing a lot here to justify getting there very soon. So let's get right into the video. First thing that I want to talk about is the feel of the game. This feels so much better than Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1, and of course Vanguard and Cold War and all that we've had before it. This has got the right balance of movement that Modern Warfare had with polish and execution, and I really do like that. It's what the game needed. Modern Warfare 2 slowed it all down. It basically said, please camp or else. And the whole community rejected that, and rightly so, by the way. Glad that we're finally losing that mentality now from the developers. Good thing is that you can start sprinting around, you can slide cancel. Slide cancelling is actually a lot easier to do this year, and that's just simply you press your jump button, whatever your bind is for that, the slide cancels. You move around the map so much quicker when you learn that. You don't have to do like piano things with your hand just to be able to slide cancel, or at least on PC anyway. God knows what that would have been like. We've been like having a spasm on control pad. All spasms aside though, when you do get moving, you're mantling super quickly, your perks accommodate for it. You've got a vest thingy which basically lets you move really quick and gives you loads of tac sprints as well. Really fun actually. And yeah, you're moving around so fast and it just flows really well. Do you remember when Titanfall came out and everyone was banging on about how good the movement in that was? Yes, of course you could run on walls and shit, but in general, just moving was just felt so easy and natural. That is this game. So good at the movement. People are running around with LMGs, marksman rifles, sniper rifles, moving around, just has the flow, and it is. Another thing to talk about as well, and often gets overlooked, is how does it actually run? It runs really well. It runs fine. And to be honest with you, I think that's great because it needed to. It needed to because this is the third game in that particular engine of them copying and pasting assets. It should be about time they get their optimization right. And it looks like they have. I haven't really experienced bad crashing as such in terms of like the system and performance. There was server crashes, but that's to be expected with a beta. You know, we're a little bit more tolerant of that in betas at least. And other than that, it ran absolutely fine. For how high the graphics were, the frame rate was really high as well. Yes, I was using DLSS, but even when I was running that on the other Modern Warfare games, the performance just seems to be much higher in general. So that is really exciting. So hopefully when Activision says increased system stability and performance, that actually fucking mean it. Kids screaming on outside. I wonder how many of them will be buying this game. This game, I've heard a lot of people say, feels like Cold War. I couldn't disagree more. Now, the full game when it comes out might, and we'll get into that in a second, but this game for me feels a lot more like Vanguard in terms of how movement works, how the slide cancelling kind of works, and just how like attachments work and mesh together and all that stuff. Like for example, the sights. The sights in this game, they've just copied and pasted straight out of Vanguard, and it's clear to see. Suppressors are another little thing as well, which feels a bit more Vanguard-y than Modern Warfare. And that's a good thing, because one thing that Vanguard did get right, in my opinion, was the way it handled suppressors. Some of them give you extra range, but really hurt your ability to control the gun when like firing for a sustained period. Some was the other way around. Some would be really good for your accuracy, but would absolutely kill your range. So you've actually got variations in the suppressors now, and this is really important simply because of the fact that you're going to need to choose the right suppressor for the right build. You can't just put a monolithic on and bang, that's it, that's your suppressor. It's not going to work that way. The way it's going to work now is that you're going to have to build a gun with a suppressor for an SMG, your sniper, maybe your AR could use the same one as well, same as the battle rifles and stuff. But basically, how you want to build your gun, the suppressor is going to be a core factor in that now. And also one thing that I'm liking as well is not an over-reliance on barrels, it seems. because everyone needed some form of barrel to make that gun usable in Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. Doesn't look like you need to do that this game. I was having just as much fun and killing people just as easily in Modern Warfare 3 with no barrel than with a barrel. Didn't really matter for me unless I wanted to really increase the bullet velocity or range in the marksman rifles and snipers. Other than that, barrels weren't really essential. So that is a really exciting thing to talk about as well. Also, speaking of attachments, another thing that I want to mention as well is the laser. Now, in the laser, on the other games, you could point your gun at someone and the laser would turn off or turn on, vice versa, depending on which particular laser you had on. This game, your laser is always on. Now, that means it doesn't matter if you're going to be aiming at someone or if you're going to be hip fire, that laser's always on, baby. So there's no way that you can kind of get rid of hiding that laser when you're expecting someone to come around a corner, or when you're, I don't want to say camping, but when you're strategically waiting for someone to make the first move. Anticipating, that's the right word we'll use. Let's go with that. I wasn't camping, I was just anticipating. So this basically means, much like suppressors, there is now a clear drawback in using one. I would say, however, that the advantages of gaining one feels a lot more noticeable as well. You seem to be a lot faster on the fire, like firing from sprint. You seem to be a lot more visible now as well when it's always up. Although the green laser's not as strong as Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, can't rely on the game to release that way. I think they will make that a bit more easier to see on enemies too. So just bear that in mind, all you laser lovers. Another thing that a lot of people have been talking about is 150 health. Some people have basically said that they can't really tell a difference. Me personally, and I know I'm blessed with like really fast reactions, that's like no exaggeration or anything like that, like no arrogance even. I can tell the difference personally, and I think the pros are going to be able to tell a massive difference in this as well. But for most people, they can't really tell the difference with this HP change, which, it's the average player that this game needs to be tailored to. So yeah, think of that what you will. I personally notice it. If you play a lot of COD or you play at a high level, you're going to notice it as well. But if you're someone who just plays like an hour or two a night, you're probably not going to notice that much, if I'm being honest. So that is, take it for what it is, basically. 150 HP, however, will impact how the other guns from Modern Warfare 2 are implemented. They're all tailored to 100 HP. Obviously, the guns in Modern Warfare 3 are tailored to 150 HP, which essentially means that the guns per shot are going to be doing a lot more damage. And this is really important for any game mode where the crossover applies. So if it applies to multiplayer as well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, because the Modern Warfare 3 guns are going to absolutely slap. In my personal opinion, it's not really a problem because you should be encouraged to use the new weapons anyway. However, in games like DMZ, in Warzone, in Rebirth, if they bring that back, and God knows whatever else to do, you're going to notice this. Do you remember when Cold War came out? They killed the bloody Verdansk map. Cold War came out, everyone was using Cold War guns, not because they were better, but because they were so much stronger than Modern Warfare weapons. The same thing you're going to notice will happen again. Guns are going to be tailored for that 150 HP, but your health in Warzone isn't going to change, which means you're going to notice you're dropping people so much faster with a Modern Warfare 3 weapon as opposed to a Modern Warfare 2 weapon. So please bear that in mind when you're picking your classes for these game modes. Like I say, this happened in Cold War. Now, for the subscribers of the channel, you will know that I love pistols and marksman rifles. If you're not a subscriber and that's the kind of thing that you're into, here's a shameless plug. Make sure you do it. But other than that, marksman rifles are disgustingly good again. Loved it. To be fair, they were Modern Warfare marksman rifles have been really good, like consecutive games, consistently. Never had a problem with them in these games. They implemented them a bit better in Modern Warfare 2 with the way the ammo works in DMZ and Warzone. Really happy about that. And I really like them in this game too. They're strong. Remember, they're going to be a lot stronger compared to Modern Warfare 2 ones as well because of the extra damage that they're doing to compete with the 150 health. I always find myself two-tapping with the Interceptor quite a lot. Not quite as fast doing that with the other weapon, mind, which was the, I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, that one felt like more like an FAL. But marksman rifles are still here. They're still going to be a thing, and that's absolutely fantastic. Another thing is pistols. Marksman rifles feel stronger. Pistols, I'm afraid, do not. Pistols are going to suck, I'm afraid, based on what I've played with so far. The machine pistol doesn't work out of any range outside your nose. The Renetti it feels like you run out of ammo there quickly, even with the extended mags on there. Yeah, the damage isn't great either. It's 55 damage a shot. Renetti, it feels clean, really, really close, but really struggles to do anything at mid-range. Yes, I know like most like pistols should, but you're forgetting that Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 have had pistols which can long shot, so I am kind of used to that. So yeah, overall though, pistols are okay. The ROC 45, that's probably the best one in the beta, in my opinion, but my opinion, you know, probably means shit anyway, but just seeing it how it is. Hopefully there's some better pistols in the game, because Lord knows we need them, and Lord knows you love watching content of them. But that's pretty much my assessment of Modern Warfare, really. I like it. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think it's going to get people back into playing Call of Duty. I really do. I'm not saying that lightly. I really do. Might take people a bit of time to trust it and wait for the reviews to come out. And you know what? That's absolutely fine. I wouldn't have pre-ordered the game either if I didn't have a YouTube channel which, you know, played the game a lot. So, yeah, I don't blame you guys. However, that being said, if you do want to buy the game, I do think it's going to be a good one. The single player sounds good, being able to play missions how you want. You're going to have, obviously, the multiplayer, which, to be fair, it looks like they've done enough with to justify it being more than just a £70 DLC. And also, you know, you're going to be able to rank up weapons quicker if you're doing DMZ, Warzone, stuff like that. So, for me, I think you can justify buying this one. I think you've got more of a right to buy this one than probably Modern Warfare 2. And I just hope and pray that this game actually feels finished on release, because Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 both came out in really like weak states in terms of how much content there was. Modern Warfare 2, like nearly a year on, is just starting to feel like a finished game now, and it took 6 seasons to get there. Hopefully Modern Warfare 3 doesn't follow that same trend, but guys, I will be making that review. So let me know if you'll be buying it in the comment section below. Also, leave us hate mail if you like, because I read it and laugh at it and don't really give a shit. And also, hit subscribe again.